Greta Thunberg is quickly becoming one regular character here at the Body Language Guy channel. Maybe not as Meghan Markle or Bill Gates, although let's say that she's kind of a blend between these two. But again, I have made a really interesting analysis of hers. Like this one, I remember how you can tell Greta Thunberg's protests are staged. A short video, 5 minutes, more than 600,000 views. That was a nice one. But we had never analyzed Greta actually saying outrageous stuff and catching her on an outright lie or fabrication or word salad or everything at the same time. And this is the perfect occasion to, well, understand or try to understand the mind of somebody that we don't know if she has been thoroughly brainwashed, if she doesn't know what she's doing, she is malignant or plain stupid. You know, that is the usual question that we ask. Are these people either bad actors or are they just imbeciles? I don't know. Greta Thunberg explains how environmentalism fits with her support for radical jihadists in Palestine. Obviously it doesn't, especially as she's on a diesel boat and causing tons of waste for no reason other than her own self-promotion, because now Greta is all for Palestine, it seems. And you might be asking, did she change, climate change or whatever she was standing for the Palestine humanitarian crisis or something like that? I don't know how that. No. This is her answer. There he goes.
I haven't shifted focus in my activism. I started my activism in line with the same principles that I'm guided by now, which is principles of justice, freedom, equality, human as well as planetary well-being, because we know that wars on nature is a war on humans and vice versa.
Wars on nature are the same as war on humans. I guess that we are at a war on nature. We are damaging nature. Oh, it would be great. How many times I need some kind of assistant like Joe Rogan. Jamie, please pull off. How many times has Greta Thunberg advocated for nuclear power? I'm pretty sure it's 0. I have never heard that Greta has, said anything about nuclear power, push for nuclear power. It would be so easy. Maybe solar power. No, you haven't. I haven't heard anything about that. And then since I guess that the climate change grift is drying out, which could be solved with the nuclear power. And even Bill Gates, one of our modern villains, he's doing something about nuclear power, something at least. But no, this is pure propaganda. But this is golden.
We cannot have any social justice or climate justice without Palestinian liberation. We know.
No, I need to repeat that myself. I'm gonna say this. We cannot have any social justice. I mean, there are few sentences, these are words, sentences that I hate more than social justice, because that means that people are some kind of victims of a system in the Western world that somehow is the most, wealthy era of humanity. We are living longer. We are wealthier. There are less wars than any era of humanity. And somehow, social justice is a topic. It's like, no, that's just a skill issue. That is a skill issue. And you might tell me, you're being so critical. Jesus, there are so many people who are, struggling. Yeah, there are many people who are struggling, but that doesn't mean that every single person right now has access to all the knowledge, to all the processes, to all the tools, to everything, to, well, at the very least, make ends meet. When there's a will, there's a way, and there's many ways right now. So the full social justice is the same narrative pushed. Look how these groups are oppressed. These other groups are oppressed. You have to let these groups into your country no matter what. That is the thing that I have an issue with. And this has been used to gaslight whole populations because it's the citizens of the countries who suffer because of this, because of so-called social justice. In the name of social justice. Oh, you have access. You are white. You have access to so much wealth. You should share it with the whole world. You should let millions of abroadians just flood your country because of that. Climate justice. If you want climate justice, if you want actual climate justice, you should talk to Winnie Pooh. You should talk to Winnie Pooh. You should go to India, for example. China, India. Have you thought about that? Have you thought you want to talk about climate justice? But it's only the Western world that you can address, because you know what's going to happen if you go to China to bring your narrative, right? And you know what is China doing? We in the Western world could do so many great things with the nuclear power. And you know what is the most hypocritical thing? Is that nuclear power has been pushed back centuries, and Germany has destroyed their plants. And right now, they're saying, hey, no, nuclear power is a good idea just because AI requires a huge amount of electricity. And the only way to generate that huge amount of electricity for the money that AI will generate for these countries is with nuclear power. So that's the only reason why all these hypocrites are now, oh yes, we love nuclear power. Imagine Germany's face when everybody now is jumping into nuclear power. And that is the issue. You have to follow the money. Everything follows money and power interests. That's it's all about. So that's when I see this kind of stuff, climate justice without Palestinian liberation. Tell me, there's something. The Palestinians are going through this huge humanitarian crisis. Gaza is an bona fide, an actual tragedy. All right, this is an actual tragedy going on in there. And what angers me the most is so many people using it as propaganda for their own agendas. That is the thing that I have issue with. And this is pure propaganda. This is just raising a flag, doing absolutely nothing about the matter itself. Even if people attack me online saying, oh, so you are pro-genocide. No, I am against terrorists, no matter what are their flags. I am against terrorists and pro-peace. They are terrorists on every side, on every corner of the world, and I hope they are wiped out from every corner of the world, because terrorists don't deserve to exist. And they should rethink that. But the problem is that these actual problems in the world are used by clowns like this. And how to say this? They make these actual problems banal. It's just like I don't know how to say that word. I think it's like they make this. It's like, oh yeah, this is something that has to do with the climate justice, when it has nothing to do with climate justice. This is the problem that I have with Greta and the people who are financing her.
Without Palestinian liberation, we know that it will be a very clear case of environmental racism if we only...
Environmental racism. What I want to understand. I really want to understand what is environmental racism. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if if the environment, if we mistreat the environment, it means that we are being racist against the environment. Does the environment has a race? Or some races are more affected because of the environment? I've heard some of that. Okay, last time I checked, I think that regardless of your race, we all breathe the same air, we all access the same electricity. So environmental racism, I don't know, maybe if you live next to, I don't know, a factory that creates a lot of pollution, that could be a thing, but maybe that doesn't have to do with the fact that your race or your ethnicity or anything. It has to do more that, okay, you need to clean your emissions, okay, that's one thing. Or maybe you have to rethink your city planning, perhaps. Yeah, that's the thing that people have been doing for decades, in fact. So, I don't know, Greta.
We care about the climate crisis for our the futures of our white children, while we ignore the immense suffering that people are being subjected to today. So there can be no climate justice or environmental justice without a free Palestine.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to debate somebody saying this. I would ask her, explain to me what is the connection between Palestinians and climate justice. I genuinely want to understand. Explain to me like I'm 5, but I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Paralanguage Guy. Much love and bliss.